So here at Sun Fun 2023, want to check in with Robbie here at Airtech Coatings just to see what's new and what's ongoing. I know we talked off camera and you got some stuff going on with fabric tape. You want to talk about what's going on with fabric tape these days?
Yeah, in the last 2 years, we've started actually cutting our own tapes as far as the facility of cutting the fabric up into the tapes. And with that addition, I went ahead and looked into different cutting wheels to match the old cotton, which is the really fine pink tapes. It's synchronite, or when I say synchronite, it's the Dacron type fabric, but we're cutting it like the old cotton tapes for the guys, for the purists that's doing a period correct antique plain, and they want the real fine. So that's been an addition to our setup. As far as since we're able to cut our own tapes, we're able to do that. And if someone comes in and says, I need a 3 1/4 inch tape, I can go back and actually custom cut something if they want it.
And to clarify that, you're talking about the jagged kind of teeth.
Yeah, the little pinked edge. The cotton is about half the width and half the length. It's just a real fine saw edge.
For people that don't know, the pinked, you call it pink, but that's the jagged edge.
Yeah, the pinked, just like making a dress or something. It's pink and shears where it don't fray while you're gluing it down. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's fabric, and you offer like several different ounce fabrics. Very, very light, which is down to what ounce?
Yep. The like all the fabric companies, synchronite seems to be the roll off the tongue, but there's polyfiber, synchronite, superflight, and there may be one or two more coming on, but it's all really the same product. And what we call a 102 is a 2.8 ounces per square yard. A 101 is a 3.7 per square yard that would be on something like a T6 or AgCat or say a Model 12 pits or something like that. Most Cubs, everything is your 2.8. And then we have a uncertified 1.8. And we'll cut tapes out of that, or if it's an ultralight type or a really lightweight, sometimes a Kit Fox. When they're weight conscious, it doesn't save a lot of weight, but it's a 1.8 ounce. It's just even lighter, but that one's not certified.
That'd be a Stoll Comp guy.
Yeah, something like that. Just aircraft, something like that would if they really want it light, they may use the 1.8. They're experimental because they don't have to be certified fabric on that. It's
That's the fabric side of things. Obviously, you have the chemicals for the fabric to treat the fabric, and then primer and paint. What's going on new with Airtech on that this year?
Well, I've owned it for 5 years now. It don't seem like it's been that long, but COVID, supply chain, those are two words that I got so tired of hearing, and we had issues like every other company probably did. And with all of that, we are actually in the process of doing actual mixing of our own products. We did some of it, but we're actually almost going to be 100% in-house mixing of our primers, our binders for our paints, because I could not control things that was out of my reach. If another company was doing it for us and everything, and then they couldn't get product, and a lot of things that just turned into play that we didn't like, maybe in the future we'll like. I have a lot of customers and companies that remembers me being out of primer for 2 months, and I can't take that. So we're finishing up facilities right now, and we'll be in-house. We have product, we're ready. We bought enough extra, but we're going to be actually in-house making from here out.
That's awesome to hear. Reinvesting back into the company to be able to supply your customers with things a lot faster than. And what is a lead time, pretty much, if you want to order a kit to both cover and then maybe your primer paints average?
I had a guy call me down here this morning. He said, what's the lead time? And I said, well, if you can get the call before 9 o'clock in the morning, I can get it out that day.
Okay, that's pretty quick.
That's kind of a joke. Sometimes if it's a large kit, it may be a day gathering stuff, but usually me and my wife or my daughter-in-law can, within a day or so, if everything's there. If I have to do a custom color match, I try to get people, they'll want to buy their whole kit. I say, let's buy it up through the primer and wait on the paint. There's no use in paint sitting on your shelf. You think it's going to take 6 months to build your Cub, and you call me 5 years later, is this paint good? We don't have to buy it all at once, So, but yeah, lead times right now are good.
Well, that's amazing to be able to have that on hand now. So you're having all that in-house. One thing I do want to bring up to everybody that you launched or brought it back or whatnot for this year, and that is these workshops. You did like 2 or 3, I think, at the end of the last year. Will you be doing that in 2023?
Yeah, we did a couple at the first of this year, and I'm gonna probably, once I get back home, I've got my Jabron sold. I got to deliver that. I got another plane coming in. It's gonna be mine. So I'm gonna have a little empty time there. I may do one more this spring, like a 12-person. It's a 2-day full. Get acquainted with. You will cover rudders. You'll spray primer. You'll paint. And it's a $400 seminar, but you'll get that $400 back when you buy your first covering system. So we'll probably do another one this spring, and then I am having different people around I had them flying from all over. I had people from Canada in this last one, but I have people in parts of the United States says, well, if you do one in our area, well, I need to have a shop that wants to host me to, I have to have a place to do it. So
I'll be happy to have one at my shop, my hangar. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll probably do one more this spring, and I just don't like doing that stuff in the hot, 100 degree, but
We are partnering with great companies like Dynon Avionics at Dynon.com, Airtech Coatings at AirTechCoatings.com, Clemens Insurance at ClemensInsurance.net, The Aviators Clinic at AviatorsClinic.com, Foxtrot 95, Calhoun County Airport at FlyFoxtrot95.com, Edge Performance at EdgePerformance.no. Take a moment to go visit their websites at the links found below in the description of this video. And visit our website at ExperimentalAircraftChannel.com for events, our video library arranged in easy-to-find playlists on specific topics, affiliate products, aviation merchandise, and so much more. So the other things that Robbie stays very busy with, aside from supplying you with fabric and paint, is he's an avid builder and a repeat builder himself. Obviously, he built the Jabron Cub here, which was an award. What was that award?
It won a Lindy at Oshkosh, I think, for kit built or something like that.
So an award-winning airplane, and he's got another one that's a little bit on the unique side, still in the Cub style of aircraft. And what is that? It's nearly done.
It's a J3. It's a Ponca Cub, the ones that was built in Oklahoma, which is a standard J3, and we've built a lot of yellow J3s. There's a lot around, but anyone my age that's ever fooled with remote controls has been around SIG remote control planes and stuff. And Miss Hazel SIG, she flew a clip wing Cub that was blue and white sunburst. So I actually did this one to copy her plane. She's still living, and it's a copy of hers. And I just seen yesterday that Lego is coming out with a little airplane that's blue and white from the Hazel SIG.
I think you got to reach out to their marketing department.
It's just something different, and I'm about finished with it. It's just going to be a fun plane, and I'm going to build another Cub after that and sell it.
Maybe that'll be another award-winning build as well.
I don't know. If I luck into an award, that's all great. But I just try to do a good job, and that's about it. If I get my mind around trying to do it for an award, I run myself crazy trying to make stuff perfect, and I'm too impatient to make stuff perfect.
Sure. Well, everybody, if you're interested in learning more about how to actually do fabric and paint work, reach out to Robbie to see about some of these next classes he'll put together. Obviously explain the how-to of doing the fabric cutting and wrapping and so forth, and then also a little bit of paint work is as well, correct? In the workshop?
What our workshops really is for is, like I said, there's 3 or 4 main systems of covering, and every one of them is very, very similar. It's just you have to really follow the directions of each one, and a lot of our workshops is just so you're narrowed into our process of what not to do or don't do, and mixing systems as far as I used to do this with this system, and it gets them familiar with our system. It doesn't fully line you up on just covering Cubs or Champs, but we do ask who's in the class, and if you've got 4 people doing a Champ, I'll let one of the guys get some talk about Champ covering or Cub covering. We will try to move into the individual planes, but it's more about just the process.
Awesome. All right, and you can find Robbie at AirTechCoatings.com, correct?
Right. We're on Instagram and Facebook, and
And he usually posts a little how-tos on both Instagram and Facebook on how to do different tips and tricks and stuff.
We call it a fabric tip Friday. It may be something as simple as how to not turn your glue pot over to something that and it may be something that I learned last week from a shop or something that I thought was neat, and we'll put it on there.
All right. Well, we'll check out Robbie at the next show, which will be Oshkosh, right? You're also doing the National Stoll thing here and there. What's the next event for you for that?
For me, it'll probably be at Hartford. Yeah, I think they got one out in Nebraska or somewhere, but
that's the Stoll Drag / National Stoll.
That one is, yes, yeah. But next one I'll probably physically be at will be near Oshkosh, one right before Oshkosh at Hartford.